Good afternoon. You have the floor.
I appreciate it. How's it going? Hope everyone's doing well.
Thank you. Hope you are too.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
My name's Salek Sohani. I'm with Georgia Muslim Voter Project. I don't know if you can see the logo.
Yes, sir.
I'm a senior community organizer with this organization. It's also known as GAMVP. We're a nonpartisan organization, and we're dedicated to elevating the Muslim, the immigrant, and the POC voice through voter registration and other forms of civic engagement within and across our communities. GMVP serves communities that have been underrepresented in our state for far too long. And the communities that we serve, the Muslim, the immigrant, Black, and brown communities, we're far from being civically apathetic, and we desire to be fairly represented through the redistricting process. And I'm here this afternoon to share our community's demands, as draft maps have now been released. Primarily, there's a need for additional transparency. And for months, the public, and specifically my community, has pushed for the maps to be made public as soon as possible to provide ample time for meaningful review and public input. Instead, they were only released on Tuesday, which happened to be election day and one of the busiest times of the year for all of us, right? And I only found them, personally, because I happen to follow the General Assembly's Twitter pages. That was the only place I found them. I looked everywhere else, and that's the only place I could find both the House and the Senate maps, on Twitter. And I can guarantee you that the majority of my community members, of our community members, they don't have a Twitter. And even if they did, I doubt that they would follow the General Assembly's page. And so simply put, we deserve better. We've repeatedly called for increased language accessibility, and I know I spoke about this in Augusta as well. And those requests have not been met. We've got 49.7% of Georgians who identify as Hispanic or Latino, Black or African American, Asian and Indigenous American. And yet, many of these Georgians do not primarily speak English. Yet, all communication related to redistricting has only been present in English. And I've also yet to see any sign language interpreters present at any of the public hearings or at any of the committee meetings, and I know I brought this up before as well. And this alienates our community members who are hearing impaired. All of this being said drastically reduces our community's accessibility to you all and to any information regarding the redistricting process. Furthermore, the newly drawn district maps should reflect Georgia's increased diversity, but to our dismay, they do not. And these maps, unfortunately, do not follow the guidelines that your committees have put forth following the public's input. And so, I urge you all to reconsider these maps, please, and ensure that they are even more inclusive and even more reflective of Georgia's rapidly changing demographics. As the senators that represent all of us and represent all Georgians, and what we believe to be the great and diverse state of Georgia, I know that we can and that we should do better. Thank you so much. You have a good day.